Every April in the Intrust Super Cup, the PNG Hunters and the Burleigh Bears play for the Kokoda Cup. It is a special way to commemorate ANZAC Day and the bond formed between these two countries during World War II. Today we speak to a man who has a vested interest in both countries, prop forward and captain of the Burleigh Bears, Luke Page. Luke, thanks for joining Living League today. How did you come to pull on a Kumul jersey? How is it that you qualify for the PNG national team?
So basically my great-grandfather had a company over in Papua New Guinea. My granddad and my father were both born and raised in Papua New Guinea. So yeah, a lot of people ask me that question, obviously because I'm white. So yeah, that's how I qualify to play for Papua New Guinea.
So there was amazing scenes in PNG during last year's World Cup. How was your experience in the World Cup?
The experience was unreal. Obviously, we stayed in camp over there for about 8 weeks, and just everywhere you go, everything is about football. Like walking through the shopping centres, like people seeing you on the road, and even playing in front of a full house at Oil Search Stadium. All 3 games was just unbelievable. Like I've never experienced it before. So
your former Kumul teammate and friend Kato Audio tragically passed away this year. What sort of guy was Kato?
Oh, Kato was such a funny fella, always cracking jokes, and yeah, when I heard the news, it was probably about 4 or 5 weeks after the Kumuls camp finished. Yeah, it's just something that you don't think that's really happening, you know. So yeah, Kato was one of probably the better players that sort of come out of PNG, and yeah, rest in peace, brothers. Sadly lost.
So every year around ANZAC Day, the Bears and the Hunters honour the special bond between Australia and Papua New Guinea during the Second World War. So what is the sense of occasion like when you play that game with ties to both nations there?
Well, it's a great experience playing the Hunters on the ANZAC ground. They've always come up and had a good game against us in previous years. So yeah, it's a really good occasion for rugby league on ANZAC Day. We usually get a few thousand people, and usually the Hunters bring most of the crowd. They get a big following, so yeah.
So how is it playing for the Kokoda Cup against your Kumul teammates? Is it a different sort of vibe to playing against other teams?
Yeah, it is. Well, obviously, I know a few of the boys in Papua New Guinea, and yeah, it's always a tough game for the Kokoda Cup. Even playing the Hunters in general is just tough. It's always good coming against your mates. You know, you sort of just want to get one up on them.
So you've been handing the captaincy of the Bears this year. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So how have you found having that extra responsibility?
Well, the coach, Jimmy's basically just go out and do what you do best. You know, run the ball hard and tackle hard, and the game sort of plays out itself. But if I need to step up and talk to the referee every now and then, that's basically what I've got to do. So yeah, basically much hasn't changed on the field or off. So, and it sort of matured me as a player as well.
You're sitting pretty at the top of the ladder. So what's the main difference between this year's side and the way they're playing and last year's?
Well, last year's side, we sort of had that premiership hangover. I think the PNG Hunters are sort of getting that too this year. It's very hard to back up after premiership the following year. So, but the difference this year, I think, we're very focused on our defence. Like we train twice a week, and probably both sessions we're doing like defence-based drills. So yeah, I think I could probably put it down to that.
Do you find there's a lot of extra pressure when you're coming off the back of a premiership? Like to come into the next season, everyone's expecting you to play as well as you did? Yeah,
100%. Well, every team you play, they're like, oh, we're against the premiers, so they got to lift for that. And yeah, I think the past 3 teams in previous years haven't gone too well after they've won the premiership. So yeah, everyone does step up when they verse the premiers.
So you're building up some big meters this season. What do you put your good form down to?
I don't know. I've always sort of just ran hard, but yeah, it's just basically our structure that we play. We sort of run up the middle and then swing the ball wide and then come back to the middle. So yeah, I don't know. Can't really put
it down to anything?
Can't put it down to anything, no.
So would you ever consider playing for the Hunters with your past experience in PNG?
I'm pretty established here at Burleigh. I think It would be a good experience, but I don't think I would play for the Hunters. Maybe if they had an NRL team over there, I'd probably consider something, but at the moment here I'm pretty established, plus being captain, and plus my partner's got a good job down here, so yeah, I'd be pretty happy down here at the moment.
Thanks, Luke, for joining Living League today, and good luck with the season ahead.
Thank you.
No worries.
Cheers.